Hi, I'm Reverend Tom Kearns, and welcome to 333 Magic 9, where the tarot cards and the astrology stars come together to help you. Now, 2022 will be a different year than 2021, but there still are some critical days that you need to know about because they can affect your love, your money, and your career. So let's take a closer look at some of the important days in 2022. I hope you will like this video and also press the little bell for notifications when my new videos come out. The tarot card for the first quarter is the Death card, which represents death and the possibility of resurrection. The tarot card for the second quarter is the Magician, which represents spiritual power being used on the earth plane for creation. The tarot card for the third quarter is the Seven of Cups, which represents misrepresentation, confusion, and temptation. The tarot card for the fourth quarter is the Wheel of Fortune, which represents a new cycle with new potential in the spiritual continuity behind the ever-changing world. Taurus, the tarot card for the first quarter and overshadowing the whole year is the Death card. Now, the Death card not only represents death, but the possibility of rebirth and renewal. It can also represent revolution and may be very apropos, since Pluto, the planet of death and resurrection, will return to the exact degree it was at the birth of the United States of America. This will represent a purging of people who have abused power and beliefs that are false. So there is hope for a better future. So as we look down into the astrology, Taurus, the year begins with 4 planets in Capricorn and your 9th house of future ambitions. So you'll be busy. Venus will be retrograde and conjunct Pluto. Now, this is the perfect time to reevaluate what you believe and what your goals are going to be for the coming year. And then Mercury will go retrograde on January 14th, so take care in business communications. And Uranus turns direct down here in your first house on the 18th, suggesting you need to make personal changes so that you can be more effective in life. February will begin with a Sun, Moon, and Saturn conjunction. There's Saturn. And this can bring a great deal of seriousness to your career, because this is the area that rules career, but also your social responsibilities. New responsibilities may come your way, so be ready. Now, Mercury and Venus are both direct, and this can help in quiet ways, so make sure you take some time to meditate. And then March will begin with a new moon, and it will be conjuncting Jupiter, and that'll be in your 11th house, and that can bring luck and opportunity through friends or networking. So keep your eyes open. But you do still need to be a little bit careful in communications, as Saturn and Mercury are together during the first week of March. So just be a little bit careful there. As we look into the second quarter of the year, the card is the Magician. Now, this represents the ability to use all the different elements in the act of creation. This is a very dynamic energy and suggests that what has been purged will make way for an energy that is much more constructive and creative. It also suggests that there is spiritual power that is being used on the earth plane, which really would coincide with Jupiter and Neptune being together, and Jupiter moving from Pisces into the sign of Aries. So as we look down into the astrology, April begins as Venus will be entering the sign of Pisces, and she likes being there. And this is in your 11th house of associates. So it's a positive influence that can help you network for more success in the future. So get social, but be sensitive. And then Jupiter will conjunct Neptune on the 12th, bringing expansive and creative opportunities and putting partners on the same wavelength. The new moon ends April and begins May with a powerful boost of energy in your first house of personality. So make sure you shine before others. But Mercury will be going retrograde on the 10th, and Jupiter will be entering Aries. So people may be doing things behind the scenes or may be a little bit confused. So be a little aware of that. Then there is a total lunar eclipse on the 16th, and it shows that there could be some manipulation that can cause misunderstanding. June will probably settle down a little bit as Mercury will be going direct, and that can help things out. And then Saturn will be going retrograde up here in your house of career. So you're going to have to slow down a little bit and be careful in business. The rest of the month, both Venus and Mercury are just moving along. So everybody wants to talk, everyone wants to spend money, and everyone wants to have a good time. Woohoo! The card for the third quarter is the Seven of Cups. This card represents confusion and temptation. In the real world, it can be associated with misinformation or not being able to clearly understand the choices that are right in front of you. So the challenge becomes making wise decisions and not being swayed by misinformation or by emotions. And as we look down into the third quarter, July will be a busy month as 4 planets make changes. Week 1 has Mars in your first house, and he is urging you to take action on your desires. Mercury would be down in your third house, brings curiosity, and you want to talk to everybody. And the third week, Venus will help create harmony through communications. So that's good. So then Mercury enters your fourth house down the bottom of the chart and stimulates family conversations. Jupiter will go retrograde on the 28th up here in the 12th house, so take some time for meditation. So August shows a similar pattern as Mercury moves into your 5th house, and that'll be on the 4th. That'll inspire some romance. And Venus in the 4th will be going in on the 11th, and that wants you to stay at home. So stay home and snuggle. And then Mars will go into your 2nd house, and that wants you to spend as much as you can. So watch your budget. And the 24th of the month has Uranus going retrograde. So do be a little bit careful with your actions, as impulsive activities can ruffle feathers. Now September will be a little easier as Venus will come down to Earth on the 5th. So romantic gestures please you. But Mercury will go retrograde, so you have to be a little bit careful, and that can throw some monkey wrenches, especially into your area of work or diet and health routine, so you might have to change things up a little bit. As we go into the 4th quarter, the tarot card is the Wheel of Fortune. It depicts the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac, bringing a sense of spiritual continuity that lies behind the ever-changing nature of the world. This is a very positive card and suggests that our fortunes are taking a turn for the better. In fact, you may be feeling that way already. So enjoy the changing cycles of life. So as we look down into the astrology, October begins with Mercury direct in the 5th house of your chart. So this is beneficial in creativity and romance. So you might want to plan a romantic trip. Now, Pluto will turn direct up here in your ninth house on the 8th, bringing changes or adjustments to your ambitions. And Saturn turns direct on the 23rd in your 10th house, and that can bring new opportunities through career or social contacts. Now, November will begin as Mars goes retrograde down in your second house, so do be a little bit careful with money and budgeting and investments. And then there's a total lunar eclipse on the 8th, and that warns you against mixing personality and emotions. Jupiter will go direct on the 23rd up in your 11th house, and that can clear up any confusion that you might have with associates, and that can help with networking. And then Venus and Mercury move up into the 9th house of the chart, enhancing your vision for the future. But you do have to be a bit careful with communications and travel, as Mercury will go retrograde on the 29th. Hi, I'm Reverend Tom Kearns, and this is my story. If you are a spiritual seeker, it may help you on your journey. I believe your spiritual development is as important as your religion. If you look at Christianity, it focuses on the life of Jesus. But Jesus was never a Christian. He was Jewish. If this thought intrigues you, you'll enjoy my new book, Light from Water, Freeing Jesus. It's available on Amazon.com and through fine bookstores. And it may help you on your spiritual journey. I hope you will like this video and also press the little bell for notifications when my new videos come out. I'd like to thank you for watching. I'd like to thank you for listening. And please subscribe, because these videos are free, and that's a great price. And they can help you in the coming year. So please take a moment to ring the bell so you can be notified for new videos. And if you want some deeper information, go to my website, professorastrology.com, and you can find ways to get a transit chart or a natal chart so you know more about you. And I hope that you have a very great year.